Pete the Cat's Family Road Trip by Kimberly and James Dean. They're going on a vacation. Pete, Bob, Mom, and Dad are going on a road trip across the United States. Dad loads the bags onto the roof. Mom picks the music. Bob and Pete grab the bike. So Mom gets to have a playlist of music they can listen in the car. The cats are getting the bike so that they can ride their bike while their daddy loads all the suitcases onto the car. The first stop is Niagara Falls. They ride a boat to see the waterfall up close. The word up close meaning they get to ride the boat and they see it from the distance. It's very close. Okay, it's not far from it. So close, up close, very close to the waterfall. So they probably got wet. Pete loves pretending he's the captain. Next stop is Boston. The family walks the Freedom Trail. They take a photo in front of Paul Revere's house. Historic and cool, says Bob. Freedom Trail, it's in Boston, and during the story of the Paul Revere's, this is historic, where this house is where there was a man who rode on a horse, and he went around town to tell them that the British are coming. So this is a true story. Now they are off to a new city. It is New York City. The family takes an elevator to the top of One World Trade Center. Look, it's the Statue of Liberty, says Dad. Statue of Liberty. In Savannah, they ride a riverboat. Pete orders a slice of peach pie. Savannah is famous for their peach pie. And then they're also famous for the riverboat. And it spins. Yum, says Pete. Life is good. You know, when you went on a trip with your mommy and daddy, and you enjoy all the sceneries and the food, you can say, life is good. When they arrive at Key West, Pete meets a six-toed cat. Ernest Hemingway Home and Museum. This is in Key West. It's not too far from where we live, so it's a driving distance. Your paws are groovy, says Pete. Right back to you, says the cat. So have you noticed that this Pete and the cat, Pete loved to say groovy. Groovy, it means something enjoyable and exciting. It also means very fashionable. Someone who has a very nice hairstyle, you can say groovy or fashionable. So that's what groovy means. It's a slang. It means very attractive and it's excellent. So you can say groovy car, means excellent car. Groovy music, excellent music. Groovy hair, excellent hair. Groovy paws, excellent paws. Maybe he likes the color on it. New Orleans is famous for jazz music. The groovy jazz music makes everyone dance in the streets. Everyone is excited about the next stop, but then, The car gets a flat tire on Route 66. When your tire is out of air, we say, you got a flat tire. It's flat. Don't worry, says Mom. We can't let this ruin our trip. Mom and Dad change the tire. Soon the family is on their way again. Mom parks the car. Look over there, says Bob. It's Mount Rushmore. What a sight to see. The family stopped to take a photo. Now this one is in Mount Rushmore. So Mount Rushmore, this is a national memorial, and there are 5 faces on Mount Rushmore, but because this is a Pete the Cat book, it has a picture of a cat. But the actual Mount Rushmore has 4 presidents on it. They have, let me see if I remember correctly, they have George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. They were about to do the 5th one, but they didn't finish it. So the 5th one was supposed to be Benjamin Black Elk. But the family stopped to take a photo. At Yellowstone National Park, everyone unwinds. The park is so pretty and peaceful. Bob sees bison snacking on grass. Check out those horns, says Mom. So, if you notice, this is another famous national park. And this national park, when some people go to the park, they feel like it's actually very quieted and peaceful. So the family also enjoy looking at animals. What does the word unwind mean? Unwind means they get to loosen up, okay? They get to slow down. Unwind is to slow down. So at the end of the day, when you're ready to go to bed, you like to unwind. You like to slow down, read a book, drink some tea. It has to be decaf, so no caffeine. Then that's how you relax and unwind. You slow down. Suddenly, Old Faithful shoots water high into the air. Cool, says Pete. This is called a geyser. And what a geyser is that it's really, really hot underneath there. And this is a hot spring. The water basically is boiling, and it will shoot up some water, and the steam, you can see the steam in the air. That is called a geyser. Bob thinks it's time to try something different than a car ride. The family goes on a horse ride instead in Utah's Monument Valley. So if you ever get a chance to go to Utah, you would want to ride on a horse instead of in your car. In Los Angeles, Pete checks out the Cat Hollywood Walk of Fame. Pete put his paws in the paw prints. I feel like a star, he says. So in Los Angeles, they do have a street called Hollywood Walk of Fame, and you can see a lot of people's handprints on it. Famous movie stars. When they get to San Francisco, they all squeeze into a cable car. Pete stands in the front and says, toot, toot. So this type of cable car, it's very special because it doesn't show in this picture, but it's a transportation that you travel up and down a mountain, and then you can see it's actually on a track. So it's called cable car. The last stop is Seattle. They go to the top of the Space Needle. Wow, says Mom, this city is pretty at night. Finally, it is time to go home. We saw so many cool places, says Bob. What was your favorite part of the road trip? Asks Mom. Pete thinks long and hard. There were so many neat sights. The best part was being together with you all, says Pete. So you've been on a vacation, and if I asked you, what was your favorite part of your vacation? You can say, let me think long and hard. Okay? So when you have to think for a longer period of time, you think long and hard. For example, if you're working on a math questions or reading a question that you're not sure what to do, think long and hard.